Hey there, Bob here with JD Squared. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 10 in our GCmaker tutorial series. And in it, I'm going to be teaching you pretty much everything you're going to want to know about workplanes. Now, workplanes are important because they allow you to do things such as slice a part. Maybe you want to cut off the end of it. You could create a workplane and slice that end off. You could also draw, sketch onto a work plane if you're doing something custom. But work planes allow you to do that on non-conventional surfaces. So for instance, say you wanted to draw a sketch on this pipe that you see in the background at like 11.5 degrees for some reason. Well, you would create a work plane and then create that. So in this video, I'm going to teach you everything that's current in GCmaker with work planes. After we get done with this video, the next one you're going to see is going to be discussing extruding, both cutting away material and adding material. It complements sketching and plane creation because that's how you create or modify 3D geometry. And then after that video, then we're going to go heavy into actual manufacturing to where you're going to see how to, create nest, how to, like I want to plasma cut the end of angle iron. I want to bring in an NC1. So we've only got 2 more videos as far as I can tell before we get into the, in my opinion, the fun stuff. So why don't we get this one out of the way and let me teach you all about work planes. I had this one up just so I had something in the background, but we're going to go ahead and cancel out of this and let's go ahead and look at how we create a plane. It's going to be normally when you start up, you'll be in the home menu here. And then, of course, you know all about modeling. You've seen it in the previous episodes. When you go to sketching, this is where you're going to find plane creation right here. Now, a lot of CAD/CAM programs put that in the modeling or the 3D model section. I put it in the sketching just because that's generally where you're going to need to create a plane. So that's where it's at. Anyway, if you notice, we got 7 different kind of planes that we could create. The good news is there's only 3 that are common, and those are the ones that are above this horizontal line right here. Offset at an angle and tangent. Below that, you have midplane planes, and then you have parallel at edge, perpendicular at edge, and 3 points. They're all super simple. This is going to be, should be a relatively quick video. Why don't we start off with, since I have a pipe up, let's start off with the tangent plane because that's the only one that's really targeted at cylindrical objects. Okay, it's asking me to select the cylindrical surface. And there we go. Now, if we were to look at it from this end here, that plane, that little line right there, that is our new work plane. And currently it's at 300.83 degrees. Let me zoom out. Now, if you were astute, when I did my introduction, the dial and the arrows were red. And then I remembered about color blindness, so I went ahead and swapped them over to blue. Now, up here in the angle, I could type in the value that I want to go to. So if I type in, 45 degrees, there we are. We are now 45 degrees this way, and that square right there is going to be the work plane. Now, another way to move the plane around the circumference is to click on the dial and just start moving around. And if you notice right here, you'll see the angles changing, and they're changing in 5-degree increments. I think, remember, I mentioned earlier something about, hey, if you want to go to 11.5 degrees, the way you would do that, like I said, is just type in 11.5. There you go. So that's how we create or how we rotate a plane about the tangent surface. Now, tangent simply means that if we have a circle, we are on the outside peripheral of that cylinder. Now, what I've done, different than other CAD/CAM programs, is I've combined the option to where you could create an offset for that tangent plane at the same time instead of having to create a tangent plane and then coming back and creating another offset plane from that plane, which, by the way, is real common. Now, what you could do is grab the arrow and literally drag it up or down wherever you want to go. It'll tell you right here what it is. So if, for instance, we wanted it inside the plane a little bit, like you can see right here, maybe an inch, we would type -1 inch, and there you go. There's your plane right there. Click OK, and it added the plane right over here in the design tree under Workplanes and Axes. If you click on the eyeball, you can see the plane right there. A little bit hidden by the pipe, but you get the idea. Okay, let's move on to the next plane. I've gone ahead and opened up a bracket that has quite a bit of features in it that I could show you the other planes. Let's go to sketching, plane. This time we're going to do a simple offset plane. It's saying select the plane. You can either select a plane or a face. If I pick the face, there's your blue arrows. Let me move this out of the way over here. I can now drag up or down just like we did before, or I could type in a number and set it. Let's go back to 0. In fact, I am going to X out the face. Now we're going to come over here to design tree, and we're going to pick this plane right here. Same thing. I can now drag left or right, change the offset, whatever I want. So that is your basic offset plane. Pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of that because we don't really need it. Let's move on to the next plane. And this is going to be at an angle, asking for an edge. So we're going to click this edge. Now it wants to know a plane or a face. Let's just say in this instance, we pick this face. Now, notice I have that dial. Once again, I can start rotating the plane, which is the green square, to wherever I want it to go. It's snapping to 5-degree increments, but if I wanted it some other weird number, 8.35, 4 degrees, there it is. That. All right, let me go ahead, and I'm going to put it back to 45. And I'm going to say OK. Now, let me show you where you might want to be able to use a plane if you were sketching something. Let's go over here to our plane, and we're going to right click and we're going to create a new sketch. All right. Now, it doesn't look like we're in sketch mode. Once again, if I hit show grid, you can see we are truly in sketch mode. Now, I can also right click and view normal. If I do that, now we're looking straight down on that flat plane. Let's turn off the show grid. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a circle. And we're going to put that circle right here. We're not even going to dimension it because we don't care. Let's go finish. Now I could go back to modeling and I could go to extrude, pick that, and literally chop all, because I have through all selected, hit apply. Let's turn off the visibility of the plane, and there you go. We now have a hole going through a 45-degree angle of that face. So that is one application to where you would use a sketch on a plane. Let's look at a scenario we have here on this bracket. We've got a clearly mitered angle, piece of angle iron. If we turn it sideways, you can see where it's mitered, right? Now, supposing I don't want to use a tilt head to try to do this. Maybe it's too great of an angle or something like that. And what I want to do is from this edge right here, I want to cut this off vertical. So in other words, let me go around the other side. Probably easier to see it from this side. Yeah. In other words, from this edge right here, I want to cut this vertical. We could do that by creating a plane and then plane cutting from that plane. Let me show you how to do that. We're in Sketchsheet, so let's go to plane, parallel at edge or a point. So we have to pick our face or a plane first. Now I could have picked this face, but I would prefer to pick this plane here because I may alter that face down the road, but I'm never going to change that plane because it's one of the primary 3 and they never change. Now it wants us to pick an edge or a point. We are going to select that inside edge right there. And it just placed our plane right where we wanted it. You can see it's right there inside of that edge. So once again, you could drag and drop left or right, whatever you wanted to do. We're going to leave it at 0. Now we're going to hit OK. Now we have our plane. So let's go ahead and cut that metal away. The way we're going to do that, we're going to go to modeling and we're going to go to plane cut. Now what this is going to do is it's going to tell you select the plane, which we're going to come over here and select. Let me rotate it so you can tell that we picked the right plane. We're going to pick the plane we just created. Now the arrow right here is the direction of the metal that we are going to cut away. So what we could do is reverse that by clicking right here. Hit apply. There you go. Let's turn off that plane and we now have cut away our surface. So that just described to you what plane cut does. In order to use plane cut though, you have to have a plane. Now plane cut will work on any plane. If we had done that 3-point plane and we did a plane cut, it would have cut away whichever half we wanted to. Okay, what is next? We go to our plane ribbon and let's go with perpendicular to edge at point. Now this is a relatively rare offset. I've used it a few times in the past, but I can see where it'd be useful, so I'll give you a general idea what it does. You're going to pick an edge, and what it's going to do is it's going to create a plane perpendicular to that edge at a point. So for instance, it's yellow right here. It's asking for a point. If I select that point, the little orange right there, bam, there's the plane. So all it did is it traveled down the edge to that point and created the plane. Now, as usual, we can drag or drop left or right if we knew had a particular offset that we needed, but we'll leave it at 0. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is for that one. Now, the next one is probably going to be easier if I show you it in a different shape. I close the other part. I'm back at my home screen. Let's go new part, modeling shape, and we're going to pick a C channel for this one. There you go. Now, say I wanted a plane inside of this offset. I could pick this plane. I could offset it in 4 inches, but suppose that I wanted it right in the middle of this right here. That's your mid-plane offset. Let's go to sketching, plane, mid-plane. It wants to know what is your first plane. We'll pick that one. The second one, we'll pick this one right here. And it just simply creates a plane between those two faces. Now, as usual, I can drag and drop if I want to move it either direction. Typically, you're going to want it in the middle. Anyway, that's it for the mid-plane. And that brings us to the end of episode 10. You now are well educated when it comes to work planes. Once again, I think I mentioned earlier, the next episode, which will be popping up tomorrow, you're going to learn about extruding, cutting, and adding material. Then after that, we get into the fun stuff, which is actually creating toolpaths to go make these parts. Well, I hope you tune in for those episodes. And once again, I really appreciate you taking your time out to view it. Hope you learned something, maybe even enjoyed it a little bit, and look forward to seeing you tune in on the next one. Goodbye.